Just imagine for a moment if Simple or Monacy were indefinitely banned in CS. Valve would come out and say, "This player broke some rule, so we banish him from the majors. You can stream or play on some other tournaments, we don't care about that. But majors, which are sponsored by us, are closed to you forever." And let's also imagine that the community went on to defend this player, and he himself admitted his wrongdoings. People would say, "Valve, please unban him. He was young and dumb." But it would all be to no avail, and in the end, our player disappears into obscurity, and the majority of his fans soon forget his name. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, because you're watching CYBERSHOKE, and today we'll tell you how one of the most talented CS players took part in match fixing and ruined his own career at the age of 17. Hey guys, do you want to earn skins while playing Counter-Strike? Then check out our missions. In this tab, you have a set of 5 missions with different tasks on our servers, like completing a surf map or playing on DM. Each mission consists of 3 tasks, and if you complete all of them, you'll receive a golden token. You can spend tokens on cases or sweepstakes and make your CYBERSHOKE experience more fun and enjoyable. We'll put a link in the description. Please note that in order to earn tokens, you need to have an active premium subscription on our project. Just look at this young man. When someone points a camera at him, he's shy.
Why is that? I don't know. I mean, I like the fitted, I like the hoodie.
It's hard for him to look right in the camera.
First, and he introduced me to it, and I played it every now and then.
And he can be a little bit clumsy.
We know they're a really good team as well. We're gonna play our game. We're gonna.
It's pretty much it.
This is Braxton Swag Pierce, and he's one of the most talented CS players in North America. You could easily place him alongside Stewie, Tens, Automatic, or Nothing. Braxton started playing CS at 7 years old, and by 15, he could already beat any opponent in his region. CSGO wasn't even out yet, but ESEA already had a video on their channel named 15-Year-Old Professional Gamer Wins $10,000. It was obvious from the get-go that this kid had a bright future. For one, when CSGO was released, our hero easily got into a local Tier 2 team and made it to Complexity in just a year. Now, his teammates were Nothing, Hiko, and Shroud, true veterans of Counter-Strike. Many people called Swag the Prodigy, and he didn't disappoint. On the first CSGO major, Complexity beat the #1 team Very Games and made it to the semifinals. And on the second, they made it to the arena again, but couldn't defeat NIP. In any case, 17-year-old Swag finished all 3 maps on a high tab. Then, in the spring of 2014, Brax left Complexity to join iBuyPower. With them, he attended 2 more majors and many big events. Although they didn't really win anything, HLTV still put Swag at 18th place in their ratings for that year. And HLTV's editors wrote a big article about how amazingly Swag played in 2014. He was the first player under the age of 18 to receive an MVP medal. He was the player that you just wanted to cheer for. Analysts predicted the brightest career for him, and maybe even a major trophy. But fate had its own plans in mind. It wasn't even a month after that HLTV article when Valve released a new post on their website. There, the developers talked about the now infamous match-fixing scandal and banned each guilty person, including our young hero. But why? How did it even happen that Swag, having such an amazing career ahead of him, would even have agreed to throw a game just for some skins of all things? Well, actually, that's the most interesting part. We've covered this particular part of the story in full detail in one of our previous videos, and there we discussed at length about who organized that throw and how they all got exposed, so we'll put a link to that video in the description. But here's the short version of what happened. So, in August 2014, iBuyPower noticed that they had some really bad stats on one of the online leagues. The group stage wasn't even over, but their chances of making it to the playoffs were already dashed. So then one of the players, people say it was Dazed or Steel, suggested at least making a little money in the process. "We can lose the next game," he said, "and earn a lot of skins." Swag was indifferent to this idea. Back then, skins weren't a currency like they are today, and many people, including Swag himself, thought that they were just some cosmetics. He felt felt like he didn't really need to throw a game just for some skins, because if he really wanted to play with something rare, he could always borrow it from one of his fans. But it's important to understand that Swag was only 17 at the time, while his teammates were on average 23 or 24 years old. So when the team told Swag that the game would be rigged, he agreed, not having the slightest clue that he was doing something illegal. They didn't have a single chance to advance to the next stage of the league anyway, so there was literally nothing to lose in that regard. Braxton just played his game and left all the dirty work to his teammates. And soon enough, Swag received a trade offer with the skins he earned, and he thought that he didn't have any choice but to take them. He saw those skins as a payment for his silence. Not understanding that, he made a fatal mistake. Braxton pressed the green button, and later he found out that he was fooled twice. First, when the organizers sent him a lot less skins than to the other players because he didn't know the prices for throwing a game, and second, when his teammate Skadoodle refused to take his share because people started talking and he didn't want to leave any traces. When Richard Lewis, the main figure in exposing iBuyPower, said that the Americans threw that game and he would prove it, Braxton reached out to his team. He suggested confessing and hoping for forgiveness, but his teammates, more mature and less optimistic men, knew that the ban was unavoidable, so they told Brax to just stay quiet. When Valve banned a lot of them in 2015, Swag was the first to apologize in public. First and foremost, I want to apologize to all the fans and sponsors I let down. I was aware of what was happening and allowed it to happen without saying anything. Stealing from people is wrong, and I got what I deserved. I just wanted to reach out to people online and formally apologize because I feel like it is owed. I feel it's important that people know that I was not the benefactor from this scandal like some of the other players were. I received very few skins in comparison to some of the other players. I just wanted the public to know my level of involvement was nowhere near the person organizing this. This is very unfortunate for me moving forward, but the ban was necessary in order to set a precedent for future players to come. I hope one day Valve may have mercy on me and let me compete again. Until then, I'm deeply sorry to all my fans and everyone that supported me that I was involved in this, and not just because we got caught. And there it was, the 18th best player in the world and the youngest HLTV MVP banned from the majors forever. Obviously, after that bombshell, his career quickly went down the drain. iBuyPower instantly dropped from the roster and denied that they had anything to do with that game, and other good teams also didn't invite Swag. He had to sign with Cloud9 as a streamer to stay in CSGO. Brax stopped attending tournaments, but continued improving his skill, hoping that one day Valve would unban him. In 2016, he oftentimes played Faceit or ESEA and earned up to $5,000 of prize money every month. People were begging Valve to please have mercy on this young player. Back then, he was only 17, and it was proven that he didn't really want to throw that game and earned less than the others.
Free swag, free swag, free swag, free swag, free Braxton, free Braxton, free Braxton. All the best swag. Someday, man, they will free you and you will be like a bear flying in the air, man. And everyone want to get you in the team, brother. All the best, Swag.
But Valve, as always, were dead silent. Swag was still a highly skilled player, so in 2017, when Cloud9 needed a stand-in, they took Brax without any doubts. The opponents were strong, and Brax hadn't played on a single LAN in 2.5 years, but he still managed to become the 6th best player in that event. And it wouldn't be his last appearance at big events. In 2018, Swag qualified to the Epicenter with his team Swole Patrol, and attended Blast in Portugal with MIBR. But admittedly, with every passing year, his skills were getting worse and worse. He even quit streaming to focus on his new team, but he still only reached a mediocre Tier 2 level. In February 2020, Brax finally retired from CSGO. There was no hope of getting unbanned, and his performance was nothing like it was in his golden years. He joined the organization T1, becoming the first pro player ever to sign a VALORANT contract. fact. That lifelong ban for Swag is widely considered one of the most unfair decisions that Valve's ever made for CSGO. All the fans, analysts, and other pro players begged the developers to pardon Braxton for the mistake he made at 17 years old, but Valve needed to uphold their rules and set a precedent. Let's chat about this situation in the comments. What do you think? Did Swag deserve to get a lifelong ban for throwing a game, or should his young age excuse him from his actions? And of course, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, because you are watching CYBERSHOKE. Bye for now.